Hey everyone, welcome back to the 10Min MindShift YouTube channel. Today we're diving into a big topic, how to completely and effectively cure laziness in a way that's not only efficient, but also takes as little effort as possible. Because let's face it, if curing laziness is too hard or painful, someone who's already lazy isn't going to stick with it. I totally get that struggle, so in today's video I promise you, the solutions I'm sharing are super simple. I've been my own guinea pig for this method and I can confirm it works. It's so easy you won't believe it, you just haven't noticed it before. I've split this video into 3 parts. The first part is my personal story. To be honest with you all, I've never admitted this to anyone before, but about 5 to 7 years ago, I was incredibly lazy. This is the first time I'm confessing that. That's part 1. Part 2 ties directly into that story. From being a super lazy person one random day by pure chance, I stumbled upon a method also by chance that's ridiculously simple and cured my laziness. I'll reveal that method in part 2. Then in part 3, after successfully applying this method, I started digging into it. It's funny I used it by accident and saw results, but I was skeptical, so I researched and learned the science behind it. That's what part 3 is about, the scientific, psychological, and verified foundations of this method, so you can feel confident it's safe to try. Alright, let's kick things off with part 1, the story of a guy who used to be incredibly lazy. About 5 to 7 years ago, I was the kind of person who'd sleep until 10 or 11 in the morning. I'd get up, eat lunch, and then have no idea what to do next. I think that's a habit a lot of you watching can relate to. Unless you're a student or an office worker with a strict schedule, if you're a freelancer, or running your own business, it's so easy to lose yourself and end up in a rut like I did. Especially during a time when I hadn't achieved much, if I'm being blunt, I was kind of a failure. I had no accomplishments, no sense of being special. I'd work on stuff, but I wasn't seeing results, so I had zero motivation to keep going. Naturally, I turned into this sluggish, unmotivated person. I'd procrastinate on everything because I wasn't seeing results, and that made me bored quickly. Sure, I'd make plans here and there, but by the next day, I'd put them off. I just wasn't excited about anything, so when I started working, I'd feel annoyed, restless, and end up delaying things thinking I'll do it tomorrow. The moment I decided to put it off, I'd feel this wave of relief. Whenever I had to do something, I'd get stressed out. If I stopped and ditched the task to play video games, scroll through social media, or go grab coffee with friends, I'd suddenly feel so much better. Over time, I became this lazy, sluggish person. At first, it felt kind of fun not doing anything, but slowly I started feeling guilty, like I was wasting my time on pointless stuff. I felt pathetic, like a burden. Deep down, I knew I had to kick this habit. If I kept going like this, my life was going nowhere. But knowing that in my head didn't change much. Laziness was a habit, a heavy one. I'd beat myself up, feel remorse, but I was still lazy. Then one day something unexpected happened. I remember it was a chilly day. Like usual, I slept until about 10 a.m. Cold weather makes sleeping so cozy, right? I'd sleep until I was so exhausted I had to get up, hitting snooze on my alarm a dozen times. That day I woke up around 10, had breakfast, and went back to my room. I felt like I needed to do this or that, but I was so bored, just completely unmotivated. Sitting there feeling sorry for myself was boring too, and surfing the internet was even worse. I thought, if I keep sitting here like this, I'm going to lose it. It was frustrating, uncomfortable. So I grabbed my sandals and headed out to walk to the park just to clear my head. I figured whatever lets go feel better sitting at home was too miserable. I was stuck in my room every day, glued to my computer, scrolling online. Can you picture that kind of life? I bet a lot of you can relate, right? Sitting at home, doing nothing. Getting annoyed when you try to work, and then abandoning it. On my way to the park, I walked slowly, taking my time. It was chilly and it felt nice. When I got to the park, it was wide open, so I kept walking. I noticed the trees, the grass, and I liked it. After about half an hour, something clicked in my body. I can't explain it, but I felt this rush of comfort. I kept walking, soaking in that feeling, and I started wondering why I felt so good. I thought if I could feel this way while working, this energized, this comfortable, I could probably tackle any challenge and get stuff done. I felt so optimistic. That night, I reflected and realized that when I moved, when I walked or jogged, my body must have released some kind of chemical that made me feel energized, optimistic, and happy. If I could use that feeling as a springboard, work would feel exciting and fulfilling. From that day on, I leaned into this. Before starting any task, I'd go for a walk. I carried a small notebook and a pen with me, that's it. On days when I needed my computer, I'll explain how I handled that in a bit. First, I'd mentally note what I needed to do. That day, say post an article, write something, or edit photos. I'd keep those tasks in my head, but I didn't force myself to start right away. Because in the past, forcing myself never worked. I'd acknowledge what I needed to do, then go for a walk. I'd plan my route so that after about half an hour, I'd end up at a coffee shop. Why? Because that's when my brain starts releasing that feel-good stuff, that chemical that makes you feel energized, relaxed, and happy. Once I started feeling that buzz, I'd head straight to the coffee shop, order my favorite drink, and settle in. In that amazing, uplifted mood, I'd tackle the tasks I'd mentally noted earlier. From being a sluggish mess, I was suddenly cranking out a ton of work with unbelievable efficiency. It was mind-blowing, you guys. It's like I was using my emotions as a springboard. Picture this: normally you can shoot an arrow maybe 10 inches with your own strength. But if you use a bow leveraging its power, you can shoot that arrow hundreds of inches. Those chemicals my body was releasing, I didn't know what they were at the time, were like that bow. I used those feelings to fuel my work like a bow launching an arrow. I'd sit there for 2 hours working with total focus, and I'd finish tasks so quickly. Of course, when I got home, since I wasn't walking anymore, or maybe because I'd walked too much and was tired, I'd feel lazy again in the afternoon. But I started getting used to it. I realized, hey, I got stuff done today. I'm not completely useless. On days when I needed my computer, I'd time my walk so that after about half an hour, I'd be back home. By then, I'd be feeling that buzz. I'd get home, wipe off the sweat, drink some water, and then pull out my laptop to work. I don't recommend walking with your laptop. It's heavy and it ruins the enjoyment. If you're carrying something heavy, you'll feel annoyed, and that subtle frustration makes it hard to get into that energized, comfortable state. This method works for people with normal health, no major issues. It's almost guaranteed to work. Of course, it depends on your body. For some like me, just walking is enough to feel good. I'm not an athlete, I sit a lot, and my health isn't great, so walking does it for me. But for others who are fitter, they might need to jog to get that feeling. It's up to you to figure out what works for your body, walking or running. For most people, that uplifting, feel-good sensation will kick in no matter how stressed you are that day. It's not something I made up, it's a biological mechanism. Your body reacts that way when you move. If you're sick though, skip it, your body's too weak. If you live near a river, stream, or forest, you're in luck. Walking along a stream is so relaxing and pleasant. If you're in a big city, head to a park when the weather's nice. Or hit the gym to walk or run. Being around others who are exercising gives you a boost of positive energy, amplifying that excitement even more. Walk until you feel that comfort. Then maybe stroll a bit more, head to a coffee shop. Order your favorite drink, rest for 5 to 10 minutes, and start working. It's absolutely amazing, you guys. One final tip. If you're using this method, wear good, comfortable shoes that fit well. Walking for 30 minutes or more in bad, loose, or tight shoes can hurt your feet. Don't let walking or running become something you have to endure. Avoid any pain during the process so you can fully enjoy that energized feeling and use it for your work. Whenever you're not motivated to work, give this a try. Do it every week for years and you'll see if I'm right. That's part 2. Now let's move to part 3, where I'll explain the science behind this method. You don't need to know the details, but once you do, it's good to understand it thoroughly. Before we dive into part 3, let's talk about why moving, walking, running, exercising makes your body release those feel-good chemicals. When you see someone who's really happy, you might think, oh, something good must have happened to them. But scientifically, when we feel joy or happiness, our body is releasing chemicals that create that buzz, like oxytocin, endorphins, adrenaline, or serotonin. These make us feel positive, relaxed, and energized. And here's the cool part: when we walk, run, or exercise, our body pumps out a ton of these chemicals. What a perfect coincidence. That's the principle, using our body's biology to boost our mood and mental clarity. We leverage that to work with maximum efficiency. When I first stumbled on this method, I had no idea about this biological mechanism. But later when I researched, I realized it's not new. People have known this for a while. I just happened to discover and apply it to my life. Plus, when you exercise or move a lot, your blood and oxygen flow to your body's organs increases. Later, I read a report from the University of Georgia that blew my mind. No matter how stressed or tired you are, what do you usually think to do? You think I should rest, right? But according to this study, when you're stressed, moving your body is 3 times more beneficial than lying down and resting. Isn't that wild? It's like a domino effect. You move, you walk, you run, and a bunch of benefits follow. It lifts your mood and you can practically soar, tackling any problem in that moment. That's the simple method I've experienced and shared with you in today's video. I hope after watching this, laziness, procrastination, and sluggishness will be a thing of the past for you. The solution is easy and the science backs it up, so you can feel confident. I wish you persistence and effort to become the best version of yourself. For now, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.